Something strange just happened in NASCAR, and fans are trying to understand it. A popular racing creator wanted to race at one of the biggest tracks in the sport. But suddenly, everything stopped. The request was denied. Just like that. Now fans are asking a big question. Why would NASCAR block this? And why did it happen right before such a huge opportunity? Because this wasn't just any race. This was supposed to happen at Talladega, one of the most famous tracks in all of NASCAR. And the driver who wanted to race there was Cleetus McFarland. Yes, that Cleetus, the YouTube star with millions of fans. The guy who turned wild racing videos into a massive motorsports brand. For weeks, fans were excited about the idea. Some people believed this moment could actually happen. But now that dream has suddenly hit a wall. NASCAR has officially denied the request. So what exactly happened here? Why did NASCAR say no? And does this mean Cleetus McFarland's NASCAR dream is over? We're going to explain everything. But before we jump deeper into this story, if you enjoy NASCAR news and stories like this, make sure you subscribe to NASCAR Nation News and turn on notifications so you never miss the biggest moments in racing. We're also trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so your support would mean a lot. Help us hit that milestone. Now let's get into it. First, we need to talk about Cleetus McFarland. Because Cleetus is not a typical NASCAR driver. He didn't grow up inside the NASCAR system. He didn't spend years climbing the normal ladder like many drivers do. Instead, he became famous in a completely different way, through YouTube. Cleetus built a huge audience by making motorsports videos, crazy builds, wild racing events, burnouts, drag races, and massive racing shows at his own track. Over time, his channel exploded in popularity. Millions of people started watching his content. Many of those fans were new to motorsports, and Cleetus helped bring them into the racing world. But over the last few years, something started to change. Cleetus began taking racing more seriously. He wasn't just making videos anymore. He was actually competing. He started entering real races, and little by little he gained experience behind the wheel. Fans started noticing. Some people even began wondering if Cleetus could eventually race in NASCAR. At first, that idea sounded crazy to some fans. But the more he raced, the more real it started to feel. Then recently, something interesting happened. Cleetus McFarland wanted to make his debut at Talladega Superspeedway. Now, if you know NASCAR, you already understand how big that is. Talladega is not just another track. It is one of the fastest tracks in the entire sport. Cars fly around the track at nearly 200 miles per hour. Drivers race inches away from each other. Huge packs of cars move together at insane speeds. And when something goes wrong, the crashes can be massive. That's why Talladega races are famous. They are exciting, but they are also extremely dangerous. Because of that, NASCAR takes superspeedway racing very seriously. Drivers need experience before racing there. A lot of experience. They must understand drafting. They must understand pack racing. And they must know how to stay calm when cars are flying around them. That kind of skill takes time to build. So when Cleetus wanted to race at Talladega, NASCAR had to review the request. They looked at his experience. They looked at his racing history, and then they made their decision. The answer was no. NASCAR denied the request, which means Cleetus McFarland will not be racing at Talladega right now. The news quickly spread through the racing world. Fans reacted immediately. Some people were shocked. Others said they expected this outcome. And the debate started almost instantly. Some fans believe NASCAR made the correct decision. They say Talladega is simply too dangerous for someone without enough superspeedway experience. Even veteran drivers sometimes struggle there. One small mistake can cause a massive crash involving many cars. So from a safety point of view, NASCAR has to be careful. But other fans see things differently. They argue that Cleetus has already proven he can race. They point out that he has been competing in real events, and they believe NASCAR should give him a chance, especially because Cleetus brings something very unique to the sport: a massive online audience. Millions of fans follow everything he does. Many of those fans do not normally watch NASCAR. But if Cleetus raced, they might start watching, and that could bring new attention to the sport. That's why some fans think NASCAR may have missed a big opportunity. But NASCAR's main focus is safety and competition, and superspeedways like Talladega require very specific experience. Drivers must understand how to work inside the draft. They must know when to push and when to back off. They must react instantly when things change, because at 200 miles per hour, things change very quickly. So NASCAR decided Cleetus needs more experience before racing at Talladega. And for now, the answer remains no. But here's the important part. This does not mean the door is closed forever. It simply means Cleetus is not racing there right now. And that leaves a big question. What happens next? Will Cleetus continue chasing NASCAR opportunities? Or will he focus on his own racing world again? Many drivers have faced setbacks like this before. Sometimes NASCAR drivers are denied opportunities early in their careers, but they come back later with more experience, and when they return, they are ready. Cleetus could follow that same path. He could race more events, gain more track experience, build a stronger racing resume, and eventually try again. If that happens, the story could become even bigger. Because imagine this moment in the future. Cleetus finally earns approval. He finally lines up at Talladega, and millions of fans are watching. That would be a huge moment for motorsports. But for now, things are on pause. The Talladega dream will have to wait. And sometimes in racing, waiting is part of the journey. Many drivers spend years working toward one opportunity. Sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. But the drivers who keep pushing forward often find another chance. And Cleetus McFarland has shown many times that he does not give up easily. So this story might not be ending today. In fact, it might just be getting started. Because the racing world is now watching closely. Fans want to see what Cleetus does next. Will he keep chasing NASCAR? Will he prove he belongs on bigger stages? Or will he build something even bigger in his own racing universe? Right now, nobody knows. But one thing is certain. This moment has everyone talking. And whenever the racing world starts talking like this, something interesting usually happens next. So keep your eyes on this story, because the next chapter could arrive sooner than anyone expects. And when it does, we'll be here to break it all down. Cleetus's Talladega dream is on hold, but the next chapter could change everything. Subscribe now, hit the bell, and join the conversation in the comments. You don't want to miss it.